What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course for a putter battle, and this putter is putter that I've been beating in, putter that I love to throw. However, it's still not quite seasoned enough. It's still a little bit too stable, so we're gonna see if possibly the Mint Discs Bullet has anything to say. This is the Eternal Flex plastic. So since Mint Discs is made by MVP, it's basically just a Proton Soft bullet. Based off of the profiles, I think it's gonna be a little bit straighter, just out of the box. Probably a little bit more of a hyzer flip to straight disc, which is what I had in this slot before, but this one is more max weight. Let's go ahead and toss them and see how they fly. I'm gonna go Sky God 4 first. A bit of a grip lock and a release. Super lucky gap. Let's see if we can get the bullet a little bit more online. Well, again, for luck factor, Sky God 4 takes the first point, but this is kind of a wash. So this was in the creek, this was not in the creek. Technically, this was OB surrounded by water, so bullet gets the point. Weird how luck factors work. Anyways, let's see how far down this nice little tunnel we can get. Well, so far that's 1 and 1. Because I've just had issues releasing the bullet, but hopefully next hole we'll be able to get a clean release from it. Now for the hole that sometimes the Sky God 4 is really good at, and sometimes it's not. Because it's difficult it has to be a very precise turnover angle to not turn over into the woods, and also not stall out and fade into the water. And see if I can hit the precise turnover angle, but based off of parting lines, I lined up the parting lines where they meet. You can see how much lower that parting line would be for the bullet than on the Sky God 4. So I think this will be actually turning it over, and the bullet will be a little bit more letting the disc work. I think. See, that looked like the perfect angle if it would have just held that. But it didn't hold it, it started to fade out. All faded out, but it held the turnover much longer, which makes me think that the bullet might be the perfect stability. Sky God 4 still needs some work. And what I'm looking for on the Sky God 4, it sometimes isn't giving for me, because especially if I'm not really warmed up that much yet. Because if I go to punch it on a hyzer, even minimal hyzer, I have to almost throw it poorly for it to flip up and stay straight. I have to kind of torque on it some, whereas I think this bullet might give me a little bit more flip up before it fades. It does have a fade, it does have a finish to it, especially if I throw it with my normal putter throw, but it's not that super overstable. It seems like a little bit more neutral, a little bit more line drive. So let's see if we can make it work for us here. I'm gonna try to get around the corner with these putters. It did flip up just a little bit, but not that much. Sky God 4 reacts because I don't think I'm gonna get that much flip out of Sky God 4. Yeah, I yanked it. I pulled it right. Oh, sorry. I pulled it right. So, yes, the Sky God 4 was more the shot we were looking for, but it was also not the release angle that I was looking for that shot on. But I guess Sky God 4 gets another point, so 2-2. So it is 2-2 right now. The intention of this hole is going to be a tight flex. Don't want to end up in the left side, don't want to end up in the right side, because the right side is OB, long left side is OB. We don't want to be there, but we are going to push these on a backhand. Going to have to kind of torque the Sky God though to get it to not end up over there. Not really a tight flex. See if I can keep this one any straighter. That is what I'm looking for. That's perfect. It is a little bit more stable than the parachute that I did have in this slot, but the punching it on a hyzer and watching it stand up to flat out of my hand, brand new, but still the stability come back. That's perfect. Sky God 4, step over. You have not hit enough trees yet. Bullet is in. That shot right there tells me everything I need to know about this disc. Let's go play a couple more holes, shall we? So while the Sky God 4s tend to come out around like 2402, this one is more like a 2401 at this point. It's hit so many trees. However, I think the shot shade that I'm looking for is like 2.3, 2.4, negative 0.51. Just a baby hyzer flip. A tiny little something that'll stand up, something that'll help hold it on an anhyzer if you give it the torque. But it has the resistance, torque resistance, it has the integrity to still have finish at the end. And I think the Bullet has that. It's very similar to the Streamline Pilot, except the Streamline Pilot has bead, and the bead just adds rigidity to the flight, so you don't get that negative 0.5. It's a 0.1. It is very straight, and then it fades a tiny bit. The Sky God 4 is very straight, fades a tiny bit, has not hit enough trees yet. This Bullet flipped up to flat, rode flat for a while, and then faded a tiny bit. Sounds like the Bullet might be perfect. Let's give it a little bit and see if it helps hold the turn here. There's no excuse for bad throws. See, I think that angle would have, the Bullet would have held into the gap and then panned into the gap. This Sky God 4 faded out way too early. They're very overstable. And I no longer throw everything on a knife and hyzer to get it to go anywhere. I now have enough power to throw something flat or hyzered and make it go far enough. So I'm just not in the practice of torquing over on stuff anymore. And it's hard to do right now for some reason. I don't know if I'm fully warmed up enough to go for this shot. But we're gonna go for this shot. Is it 2-2? Yeah, 2-2. Or is it 3-3? It is 3-3. Wow, look at me. I can remember numbers sometimes. I'm gonna try to go max distance. Hopefully I'm warmed up enough. Hopefully I don't pull something and hurt something. I'm gonna try to give them both pretty flat with as much spin as I can put on them right now and see how they react. Kind of how you expect a Skyguide 4 to react. Also, I kind of stubbed my toe on that throw. Oh, hopefully I can release this one cleanly. That's the shot. That's the difference. The bullet just has an extra little bit. It's like, based off the parting lines, it should be so much more understable than it is. It's not. It has the integrity somehow. It still maintains its stability at the end of its flight. But in the middle portion, it just has a little bit. It just wants to kind of partially almost stay flipped over, but it's going to stay right on its line and be super straight with a tiny little bit of a finish. That is a really, really good throwing putter, and I'm kind of upset that I just now found out about this. So bullet is one up, and no matter what this throw says, bullet is going to win out for today. I am really excited for how this is flying, and I'm excited to go throw it on a couple other courses, and I need some free space in my bag. So as much as I love this disc, this Skyguide 4, it's got to come out for the disc that already flies perfect instead of the disc that I still need to beat up more. It's not going anywhere. I still need to beat it up more. I just haven't had time to do that yet. So let's go for probably max distance, big flex shots. Try to get them on a little bit of anhyzer. This one's gonna hold it a lot longer than this one will based off of all the throws so far today. Let's see how far we can really get this bullet to go. Yeah, and then it holds, and then flattens out and starts to pan. That's perfect. That's basically the same stability as, well, my Method, or maybe my Rock 3, the Eagles, the Eagle L that I throw, or possibly the Grackle, the PD, like that's the generic straight to slightly stable discs. All of my discs that are in that generically straight to slightly stable have that same desired flight path, and this one's still a little bit too much. Lower, more driven, more nose down, and it flexed out before it hit the ground. It's stable. It's nice and stable. But as the leaves are starting to come in and the wind is starting to die down just a little bit, I don't need nice and stable. I need straight to stable. So there is a time and a place for the bullet to come out and the Skyguide 4 to go in. but I think that time of year is coming to a close, and it's time for me to have the straighter options in the bag. And the Bullet is amazing. I am really excited to learn that disc more. It's perfect. What? Why did nobody tell me about the Bullet before this? Why did I have to find out on my own? All right, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy content like this. If so, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff though, make sure to comment all of that down below. Please make sure to subscribe. It helps you guys out with these subscriber only giveaways. Definitely helps me out as well. And if you want to be just automatically entered into monthly disc giveaways, check out the memberships as well. Until next time, see you out on the course.